Hello. So everybody was saying that they wanted a tutorial on how to make these engraved mirrors. So let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to need is a mirror. You're also going to need, like necessities, a Dremel and the correct Dremel tips. Definitely a mask because this is just glass shards flying around. And I would say some noise canceling headphones um, because it's very loud. I will put the Dremel that I use and all of the tips that I use here. Oh. And then the mask as well that I recommend using. I just haven't gotten one yet. I use these right now, but I do recommend this one. And then get a mirror. I got a couple mirrors from Hobby Lobby when they were half off. So that's super fun. Or you can go to like a garage sale or whatever. In regards to the design on the mirror, um, I'm a tattoo artist, obviously, so I have access to a stencil printer. But if you don't, you could always get a Sharpie and just sketch out the design you want. The first thing we're going to want to do is get the right Dremel tip on. So currently I have this one, which is what I was using yesterday um, for the cardinal mirror that I did. I'm sure everybody saw it. If not, it's in my other post. So we're going to take this one out. And because these are thicker lines, I'm going to use this guy. Um, let's see. This one's just a bit thicker up top, so it'll make those thicker lines in comparison to this one. So now I'm going to get all of my stuff on and get ready to rock. I would also suggest some kind of eye protection. Okay, here I am going at normal speed. You're about to see a time lapse, but you can see that I'm going over it twice. I do that on every one of my lines here, just because I want it to look really solid. But if you don't want to do that, if you just drag the Dremel away from you, that makes a more solid line. But I just like going over it twice. Um, so you'll want to try to press as hard as you would like when you're writing with a pencil, and keep steady pressure or it's going to start snagging and it looks kind of sketchy when you do that and you're going to have to go over it anyway. So just try to keep that steady pressure. Now, if it does start snagging, you can always go over it. Just go over it a little lighter and slower to fix all those inconsistencies with the snags. You're going to want to play around with how fast you want to move your hand. If you go too fast, the line will be there, but it'll probably just be really faint. And if you go too slow, it'll snag the whole time. Trust me, I have learned this the hard way. um, the other thing that I learned the hard way, the tips that the Dremel pack comes with, none of them are good for glass. So that was nice. I bought the whole set, came home, tried what they had. None of them worked. Had to go back. So trust me on getting the Dremel and then getting tips separately. Now, if you're going to do this, it's seriously really easy. Just practice a couple times. I'm a tattoo artist, so I'm used to pulling lines and things like that. But if you're not used to that, your hand and wrist and elbow and arm and shoulder are going to be really sore after this because mine are, and I do this all the time. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm using rubbing alcohol and I'm just going to spray the entire thing, just drench it because that's what's getting my, I inhaled it, because that's what's getting my stencil off. I've never tried to use Sharpie on it yet. So I don't know, you might have to experiment with that one if you're gonna draw your design on with Sharpie. It's just to get all the stencil off and then using a little bit of glass cleaner to get fingerprints and things. But here is the final piece. And that's how you engrave a mirror. Hope you liked it.